Hi, everyone. I'm Alberto Ballesteros, an Arkansas State University alumni from the first generation, and I'm currently at WAE as a battery performance engineer in the United Kingdom.
Right now, we wanted to answer some questions about your journey in Arkansas State University. We would like to start to know how was the journey from Mexico to Europe? We mean, what was the motivation to seek for a path outside Mexico?
So I was really passionate about sustainable energy and reducing our carbon emission as a population. So after I did my bachelor's in science in mechanical engineering in Arkansas State University, campus Queretaro, I went to do a full-time 1-year master's in the United Kingdom in sustainable automotive electrification. So from there, after hard work, I was successful and fortunate to be selected as a successful candidate in WAE as a battery performance engineer. So WAE is a lead company in vehicle electrification technology. So every day I I achieve my goal of reducing the carbon emission that we have in the world and making the world a more sustainable place to live.
Great. Would you say is it difficult for a Arkansas State University alumni to move from Mexico to another country?
Not at all. I think that the experience that a US-based university with campus in Mexico brings is very important because not only do you take courses in English, which has a great advantage when you want to go abroad, but also culturally you get to live in a very diverse place, which is very beneficial when you want to go abroad as well. So I think that really helped, at least in my case, to move to the UK. When I went into the master's, all of the engineering technical terms that I learned in Arkansas State University in English was really helpful. It was it was very easy to go from Mexico to the UK because I already had that base in English.
Great. How did your experience in Arkansas State University prepare you for a career in WAE?
I think my experience in Arkansas State University helped me by giving me the foundations that I needed as an engineer. It really helped me develop my analytical and problem-solving skills. Since I was part of the first generation of the university, we faced many challenges, not only academically, but also we were both the faculty, our families, and us as students, we were taking the leap as pioneers and solving challenges every day. So I think that gave me the skills of problem solving that I use every day in engineering.
Being part for the first generation, as you mentioned, must have gave you a lot of questions. Do you remember what were those big questions when you were deciding on the university?
Yes, definitely. I had a lot of questions at the beginning. Um, I think the project itself, as I already mentioned, it has a lot of benefits, but you always have doubts when it's a first time because there's no previous generations that you can fall through. So you're the one taking the leap. You're the pioneer. But yes, I mentioned earlier, I took that as an advantage. I thought it would be really good for myself to to take the leap because I would be faced with these challenges and it would only make me stronger and gain more skills, as I said. So yeah, it was really a matter of flipping the situation for myself and see this as an opportunity.
Now, traveling a little bit back to your student times, were there any specific professors or courses at Arkansas State University that had a significant impact in your career path or that you enjoyed the most?
To be completely honest, I really enjoyed my entire time at the university. It would be really difficult for me to choose only one or two professors because I really enjoyed every course that I took and every professor. I think I was very fortunate to have um, a faculty that was very highly experienced. So I did enjoy all the courses, even the ones that were not engineering related. But yeah, I would definitely like to say a special thank you to Dr. Centeno, Dr. Juarez, Dr. Ramirez, Dr. Posani, and Dr. Iracheta for their guidance through my engineering path.
Could you share like a memorable experience or maybe a project that you remember that challenged you being a student?
Yes, yeah, definitely from the top of my head, I remember a project we did in electric circuits lab. Um, it was with Dr. Posani, and we had to develop a speaker. So I think it was really impressive and really impactful for myself to see in firsthand how, as an engineer, you can have the theoretical tools to develop products that you use on a daily basis. And the challenge that I saw from this project was, the creativity that we needed, not only because not only we designed the electric circuit, but we were also in charge of developing the casing. And this just got us thinking of how to optimize the design, and also thinking of how the best speakers are made in the world, like how the materials they use, and how do they make the speakers better and more optimum. So yeah, it was definitely a memorable project.
Now, well, remembering this project and all the classes that you took here, could you mention some soft skills that you acquire during your time as Arkansas State University student?
Teamwork would be the main soft skill that I think I gained. Um, as I said, Arkansas State University, Campus Queretaro was really a very diverse place, bringing people not only from different parts of Mexico, but also from different countries. So all the teamwork, communication skills were really highlighted through every day in every class, because we had to understand that being from different cultures was making it a little bit difficult to get along with everyone. But at the end of the day, you need to communicate in order to build a good team and solve the issues as a team.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good chances to get those soft skills. So now talking about this moment of graduation and looking for a job, uh, how difficult was it for you to find where to work?
So it was a challenge, especially when you're looking for a job when you're a recent graduate, um, having either very little experience or not at all. It's really impacting. But I think what we need to show as recent graduates, or anytime when you're looking for a new position, is the passion. So, it's not only the technical knowledge and you knowing how to do stuff, but also the passion that you will put into the work is very important. And I think that's what made me stand out, to be successful candidate in the position that I am today. So I really demonstrated the passion that I wanted for electrification in vehicles, and as I said, reducing the carbon emission. So I think that's a very important thing to take into account.
Alberto, sorry. What about diversity?
Yes, completely. You're correct. Diversity was very important. As I said, the soft skills that I gained because of the nature of Arkansas State University, bringing people from everywhere in Mexico and different countries, it has definitely helped me to to gain this communication skills that I now require as a foreign in a new country. Also, dealing with customers from different countries as well. it's something that really helps you adapt into a new environment and be able to still perform as required or as needed.
Alberto. Now we would like to know a little bit more about where you work. First, we want to know how was your.
Yes, so it was a different stage of interviews. So initially, I found the role on their website because I knew the company, I knew what they were doing. So I went into their website and went through the careers. Thankfully, the position they advertised, which is the one that I'm in right now, it's very related to the masters that I was doing. So yeah, after applying, there was a stage of interviews. The initial ones were with human resources, following by interviews with my line manager. So there were 2 technical interviews with him where, yeah, he basically spoke about the responsibilities that I was going to take in the role, and yeah, started asking technical questions of how I would challenge some of the problems they face day to day.
Great. Now, speaking about WAE, could you share with us a little description of what is this company based on? What do they do? And what is your role in WAE?
Yes, so WAE is a company that develops battery systems for a variety of sectors, from aerospace to automotive to motorsport and to off-duty vehicles, off-road heavy-duty vehicles, sorry. So my role in the company is a battery performance engineer. So we don't usually have a typical day because of the nature of the company and how we work across different sectors, and every project is always at a different stage. But in general, the responsibilities of my team lie with the cell selection and the pack configuration, to work together with the design team in order to select the best cell technology and pack configuration as possible to meet the requirements set by the customer. And once the project has started, the next stages, for us, like our responsibilities on the next stages, are to track the performance and the state of health of the batteries from the initial design validation tests to end of line build tests, and all the way to when they're performing on their given application.
Oh, that's very interesting. There's a lot of processes involved there. So I mean, it should really be really challenging for an engineering student like you. So in this order, what advice could you give for students or red wolves that are now aspiring to work in the industry you are now?
Yeah, for anyone that would like to work in the automotive sector, or even if they want to go into electric vehicles or even in motorsport, I would advise them to demonstrate their passion. As I said, I believe that's what standed out for myself, considering that there's a lot of really good engineers in the entire world. It really takes your passion to make all of the hard work seem like easy work. So I would suggest to anyone to start as early as possible to find out what they really love to do and work as hard as possible to achieve their goals. But I think once you find what you're passionate about, again, it's not going to be hard work. It's going to be really easy, and you're going to enjoy the process very much.
Great. Thank you for sharing that, Alberto. So how has your connection to Arkansas State University continued post-graduation? I mean, are you involved in some alumni network or any campus initiatives?
Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm not as involved as I would like. Yeah, I think Arkansas State University is really doing something good with this alumni network that is very useful. I think as graduates, we need to really get involved, because it really helps not only us as graduates to keep in touch and to keep learning from our own experiences, but also for next generations. So I really encourage every alumni to get involved with the network, and I definitely would like to be involved more.
In what ways has your Arkansas State University education contributed to your adaptability and problem-solving skills in the world of WAE?
When I think of my time in the university as a first-generation student, I think we were pioneers for taking the leap, and we were facing challenges every day. So I really think I took this as an advantage to adapt and develop my problem-solving skills, since this is something that we face every day and everywhere we go. So I think the challenges that we face, not only the students but the faculty members and our families as well, it really helped make this situation for me to improve in creative ways of approaching a problem and solving it. And that's something that I use every day as an engineer. So I'm always thinking of how to optimize and how to solve a solution from different perspectives. But yeah, these challenges that we saw as a first generation were not only related to technical engineering knowledge, but also the entire things that were needed for a university to function. And that is something that you have to think as well when you're solving or designing a product, or in this case a battery. It's not only about how optimum can you make it and how optimum can it perform, but also you have to consider costs. You have to consider logistics. You have to consider the legal arrangements you have with other suppliers. So it definitely helped me broaden my perspective of the big picture.
Alberto, at the beginning of this interview, you mentioned you studied a master's, right? So we would like to know what took you to continue your studies in this master, and how difficult was it for you to take this decision or move forward to that?
Yes, I think it was very beneficial, the way the bachelor's is structured in Arkansas State University, because it gave me the time, as a young student, to understand what I wanted in my career, what I wanted that path to be. So at the first glance, I knew that I wanted to go into something in renewable energy, or something that made the world a more sustainable place to live. And towards the end of my career, I realized that I wanted to go into the electric vehicle sector. So that's the reason why I decided to do a master's, and specifically here in the UK, where there are a lot of automotive companies. So that's the reason why I decided to do a master's. And being an Arkansas State University graduate really made things easier, because I already had the technical engineering knowledge in the language of English, which is very beneficial as a native Spanish speaker. And yeah, definitely made the process a lot easier.
Right.
Alberto, what about friendships? What about connections? Getting to a new country, a new culture. Do you think that living at campus gives you that flexibility to connect with new people and make new connections that permit you to integrate better in new environments?
Yes, yeah, that's definitely a very good point. It certainly did. Living in campus is something that helps you connect, not only with other students, but you also had faculty members staying at campus, and it was really great to connect with them, not only learning from them and their experience in their industries, but also them as persons and their experiences, so they can also give you really good advice of what to do. They also had a similar path to you. They were also students once. So yeah, definitely living on campus helped me connect with a lot of people from, very diverse range, different careers, different likes, different dislikes. So yeah, I really found it beneficial. And yeah, different connections really helped me take several decisions, because I did my master's where Dr. Ramirez, which was one of my professors, he did his PhD in the same university where I did my master's. So yeah, he definitely um, had something to do with me going to that university.
What are your plans in terms of your development?
Yeah, no, at the moment I'm very happy where I am. I still feel I don't have any intentions of moving out of the corporate life. I'm very happy with this role, with this company. So yeah, I think for myself, I want to keep challenging myself in this industry. So yeah, at the moment there's no plans to leave the corporate life.
So in your experience from all that you already shared with us, what could you say to this high school student that is going to start their university life?
Yeah, so my words of encouragement would be to never stop dreaming, keep working as hard as you can, learn every day, not only, from the textbook, but learn from experiences. So live as much as you can, try different things, try new things, try finding different things that you love, and talk to people, learn from their experiences, not only your friends, but your professors, um, you know, your grandparents, your parents. Enjoy the most that you can and learn as much as possible.